I wanted to show you guys how I use AI to essentially reverse engineer the Spaces API so we could get our agents autonomously talking on Twitter Spaces and joining them and creating them. I worked with Raparito on this today on stream, and I got a little curious, so I kind of took it a bit further than we did on stream. So first thing I did is essentially open the network tab. This is so we could actually see all the network requests that goes on, like creating spaces, talking in spaces. I'm gonna pause this for now and clear this. Have my phone ready next to me. And essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm going to click on create space. I'm going to type in a title. And now I'm gonna start recording the network request. So we're gonna record. I click start now, and you see all these requests pop on. We're in spaces. I'm gonna unmute my mic, talk a little bit, mute my mic. I'm now gonna join the space on my phone through an account so we could get people actually talking. I'm going to request to speak. I do this a little fast. We see the request. I approve the request to speak. Go back, talk a little bit on my thing. Stop. I'm gonna then end the space. We're gonna pause the network request right there. So now we have basically every single network request, from creating a space, publishing the space, speaking on the space, inviting someone who requested to speak on the space, and then ending the space. It's basically everything we need. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to download the HAR file right here. Full spaces run too. But I didn't know what a .hr file actually did. So I went to Google Gemini and I basically talked with it, trying to understand what the fuck a HAR file is. So I have it. Yeah, it was this right here. And I basically said, what is a .hr file? I recently tracked and saved network requests I hit. It explained to me what the .hr file was and what it did, so I got a deeper understanding of basically all the saved network requests. I then asked it to make me a Python script where I can load my .har file, get a .text return that'll sort the entire har, but don't put cookies in it. We don't need the cookies right now. It then gave me this Python script. I just copied this entire Python script, went to cursor, pasted it in, no errors. I'm then going to move my .har file I just downloaded in. I'm gonna run the script, and now I have the full .har file as a .text file. I basically copied this entire .hr file, and then I went to the new Google Gemini 2.0 because it has a 2 million token context window, which is a lot. I pasted in the full context right there, and I basically explained that this is a full .har file of my process of creating the broadcast, publishing the broadcast, joining the room, unmuting my mic. I basically gave Gemini all of the information I needed or that I requested. So I gave him the entire copied HR file. And I asked him some questions like, what's the workflow and how I actually get the request? What's the step-by-step process? So it broke down how it worked. It broke down every single endpoint that I needed in a step-by-step function. It answered the question of how we get specific missing IDs. And yeah, this was a lot. It gave me code and everything, and looking through it, it was pretty valid. I think the cool part is I basically asked, can you give me a detailed step-by-step on what post to hit following the flow, like how you showed me, but I want a full guide from start to finish on creating the broadcast and then essentially getting the audio stream in and the audio stream out so our agents can actually hear the space and speak to the space. And he went, okay, I understand. You want a complete step-by-step guide from start to finish. And then it gave me the step-by-step guide. First, start the create broadcast. Go through, parse the JSON response, authorize the token, get the token so you can save it for later. Here's how you hit every individual thing. And it ended up giving me full code on the step-by-step process that we're going to add to the agent Twitter scraper or the agent Twitter client later on, joining a room and then creating a stream where the agent is in the room and could get the process of streaming audio in and out. It looks promising so far, and this is a work in progress, but I just wanted to show that process in, yeah.